I used to live in a cage of my own making, one built from overthinking after years of narcissistic abuse. My mind became a prison, replaying every moment, every word, every glance, trying to make sense of the chaos. I'd lie awake at night asking myself, why did this happen to me? What did I miss? Could I have done something differently to stop the pain? The questions never stopped, and the more I searched for answers, the more lost I felt. The gaslighting had twisted my reality, making me doubt my own thoughts, my own worth, my own existence. I'd second-guess everything, from what I said in a conversation to whether I was even right to feel hurt. It was exhausting, like being trapped in a maze with no exit. I felt like I was drowning in my own thoughts, unable to escape the spiral, unable to find peace. Overthinking wasn't just a habit, it was a cage, one I didn't even realize I'd been locked in until I started my healing journey. Through this painful journey, I learned a hard truth. Overthinking wasn't protecting me, it was keeping me chained to the trauma. I thought it was a way to regain control, to find the missing piece that would make everything make sense. But there was no missing piece. The narcissistic abuse had conditioned me to doubt myself, to search endlessly for answers that didn't exist. I realized that my mind couldn't change the past, no matter how hard it tried. The real lesson was that peace doesn't come from solving the unsolvable, it comes from letting go. I had to stop chasing the why and start embracing the now. Overthinking was a defense mechanism, but it was one I no longer needed. I learned that freedom comes when I release the need to understand everything and instead focus on understanding myself. Recovering from overthinking after narcissistic abuse has been a slow, gentle journey, but it's one I'm committed to. I started by recognizing the cycle, those moments when my thoughts would spiral out of control, pulling me back into the past. I had to consciously choose to stop searching for answers that weren't there. Instead, I turned to mindfulness, grounding myself in the present moment. I'd focus on my breath, on the feeling of my feet on the ground, on the sounds around me, anything to bring me back to the now. I also learned to accept that some things are beyond my control, like the actions of those who hurt me. I couldn't change what happened, but I could change how I responded to it. I began letting go of the need for closure, understanding that closure comes from within, not from them. Over time, I started to trust myself again, rebuilding the confidence that had been shattered. I reminded myself daily that I'm safe now, that I don't need to live in that cage anymore. Recovery isn't linear, but every step forward feels like a victory, a reclaiming of my mind and my peace. Here are some practical steps that have helped me break free from overthinking. First, I practice mindfulness daily simple techniques like deep breathing or the 5-4-3-2-1 grounding exercise, where I name 5 things I can see, 4 I can touch, 3 I can hear, 2 I can smell, and 1 I can taste. It brings me back to the present. Second, I journal my thoughts. Writing them down helps me process without letting them take over. I also set a worry time each day, 15 minutes, where I allow myself to think about my concerns, but after that, I let them go. Finally, I take small action steps when I feel the spiral starting. I might go for a walk, call a friend, or work on a project, anything to shift my focus and remind myself I'm in control. These steps have been my lifeline, helping me reclaim my mind one moment at a time.